In this video, I would be speaking about workout in AC. Now, let's get into the topic. Now, first of all, what is workout? Workout is burning all the fats to muscles. Second thing is chiseling out or shaping these muscles as per its location. Like we have bicep, tricep, we have got shoulder muscles, abs, chest muscles, calf muscles, and so on and so forth. Now these all muscles, if you observe, are as per its location. They are shaped as per its location. Alright, so that's one thing. Now this is about physical aspect. Now biological aspect, in terms of biological aspect, I'm going to deal with heart, or rather circulatory system and brain involved during workout. Then I'm going to talk also about brain, how brain individually is involved in workout. I would be talking about skin also, how that is also involved during workout. And I would be explaining a simple process called as osmosis. Alright, so to begin with, let's start with heart and brain, the collaboration of two during workout. Let's understand that first, the process, and then as we work out or do any exhaustive job, pumping of our heart increases. Now let's understand a bit of circulatory system responsible for exhaustive work or workout. Now heart pumps out blood from left ventricle via aorta, and this is the aortic arc. The aortic arc bifurcates into two arteries. Now this it's two arteries. Now same replication is there over here also. So you have got this carotid sinus here, which then bifurcates into two carotid arteries. Alright. Now similarly here also we'll have two carotid arteries. So in all we have two pair of carotid arteries passing via neck to our brain. Alright. Now so that's what is about artery. Now let's understand a bit of neural system also. Now at this part, carotid sinus has lots of chemoreceptors and baroreceptors. Chemoreceptors are responsible for chemical change. Chemical change, what chemical change? Now see, when respiration is on, when we do exhaustive work, our respiration, rate of respiration increases, owing to which carbon dioxide, oxygen concentration also varies. So that is taken care by chemoreceptors. Alright. And mainly I talked about carbon dioxide and oxygen. There are other gases also which are in trace amounts. Now baroreceptors is, we know when we work out our pressure also increases. So this is being taken care by baroreceptors. Alright. Now baroreceptors, it doesn't let pressure go very high, or it also lets pressure not go very low. That part we'll check on little later. Alright, so these are all present here in carotid sinuses. Alright, now let's see. Now this carotid sinus nerve which is there passes from here to brain, and what is its activity? It is responsible for increase and decrease in atrial pressure. Alright, it's an increase and decrease in atrial pressure. It is responsible for. Then we also have aortic nerve, which originates from aortic arc and passes to brain. Then we also have vagus nerve. Vagus nerve originates from heart and passes to brain. Now aortic nerve is responsible only for increase in atrial pressure. Alright, it only sends that signal to brain so that it can take proper action. It sends only response for increase in atrial pressure. Alright, whereas this sends both. This sends both. Alright, that is carotid sinus nerve. Now vagus nerve is responsible for what? It originates from heart and goes to brain. responsible for respiratory rate, heart rate, and many other functions. All right. We saw three significant nerves: aortic nerve and carotid sinus nerve. Now these two nerves were responsible for increasing blood pressure, increasing or decreasing blood pressure. And then we saw vagus nerve, which was responsible for respiratory system, increasing or decreasing the process of respiration. Now, so when you are working out, exhaustive workout is being done, then what happens is these both processes, whether it be circulatory system or respiratory system, both the processes work very hard. So owing to which what happens is your core body temperature rises. Core body temperature is visceral organs, all organs which are there in our body, they are known as visceral organs, and the temperature and core body temperature is when temperature of this visceral organ rises, we call it as CBT. Now this CBT, when exhaustive workout is being done, rises from normal 37 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees. There's 3 degrees rise in body temperature. Now when you are working out in AC, the air that you breathe in is pretty chill. Alright, so this air goes into your lungs, into alveoli. Alveoli has got this blood circulation. Alright, and you are also respiring. Take care, exhaustive respiration. Now your respiration is also very high, process of respiration is also high. At the same time, the air that you are breathing in is chill and your core body temperature is high. So 40 and that chill temperature. Now what problem does it create over a period of time as you age? Does it show up in your age? Is $1 million question. It has to be thought over, right? So it's much better to work out in ambient temperature rather than in AC. And that too, what happens is you go in for workout for maybe an hour or two. Otherwise you are at ambient temperature out, right? And during workout your body is all of a sudden exposed to air conditioning, chill temperature. All right. So is your body able to adjust to this? Yes. Homeostasis is there. There's a process of homeostasis which I would pick up little later. Homeostasis is your body fighting to bring your temperature or your whatever situation to normal again. That is what is homeostasis. So yes, it does. Now, but while doing this homeostasis, if it is a bit exhaustive, is it okay for your health? $1 million question. Right now, fine. You are young. It's all working out well. But over a period of time, what repercussion does it have on your health? $1 million question. As we work out, signals are received by brain. Brain transfers it to hypothalamus. Hypothalamus transfers it to medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata then in return transfers it to pituitary gland. Pituitary gland has fore and hind part. Fore part, that is frontal part which is there, is known as adenohypophysis. Now this is responsible for most of the hormones generated by pituitary gland, whereas the hind part is known as neurohypophysis. Neurohypophysis which is there, it generates vasopressin, or we call it as antidiuretic hormone, which is responsible for taking care of our workout activity or any other exertion, physical exertion that we are doing, that our body is doing. Now what does it do? It does sodium homeostasis, that is maintains balance of sodium in our body. It also does blood pressure regulation. When we are doing any physically exhaustive work or working out, we know that our blood pressure rises. All right, so that is being taken care by vasopressin. Then osmotic pressure regulation. Osmotic pressure basically is concerned with water. water retention. While exhaustive physical exercise, we lose lots of water in terms of sweat. All right, so this again, if we keep on losing water, we would get dehydrated. So that also is being taken care by vasopressin. How? We would see it later on. Now that's not only the activity that hypothalamus does, it also does thermoregulation. Now how? By sending stimulus to circulatory system. This would be dealt with little later. And how is thermoregulation done? It's done by sweating, by sweat glands and skin. We would check it out individually. All right, there's thermoregulation part. Skin. Main job of skin is to control body temperature. Skin has epidermis, the upper layer. Below it, it's dermis. Dermis is impregnated with, obviously we see hair follicle here. It has got eccrine gland, it has got apocrine gland, and it has got sebaceous gland. Eccrine gland secretes sodium chloride, potassium lactate, urea, obviously along with water. Alright, and this is what is going to play a significant role in our workout process. Alright, in osmoregulation, which we are going to touch later on with respect to sodium chloride. Then we come to apocrine gland. Apocrine gland produces, rather secretes, viscous, lipid rich proteins, sugars and ammonia. Now some people stink. Now that's all because of ammonia. Then it also secretes pheromones. Pheromones, if I say in case of flowers, the odor of pheromones were used to attract birds and butterflies, insects and all for pollination purpose. Alright. Then we come to sebaceous gland. Sebaceous gland produces viscous oily sebum. Sebum is triglyceride. Triglycerides are oils which we apply in our hair, oils that we use for cooking. They are all triglycerides. As wax, we know what is wax. Wax, they are also esters of long chain fatty acids. Now what it does, now these are all viscous. So what it does, it protects skin from drying because it's not hydrophilic, it's hydrophobic, water repellent. And apart from that, what it does is, while doing this, it seals pores of hair follicle, preventing bacterial infection of sweat glands. Very significant. pH is 4.5 to 6, so it becomes an antimicrobial. So it's an antimicrobial. All right. So this was just for interest sake I talked about this, but what we are concerned is with eccrine gland, as it is mainly responsible for osmoregulation. Here we are trying to understand the process of osmosis. This is a tub which has got two compartments separated by semi-permeable membrane. This has 10 gram sodium chloride solution. This has 100 gram sodium chloride solution. But the volume of solution in both the compartments is the same. Alright. Now, since we can guess now, the quantity of water in this compartment would be more than quantity of water over here. Alright. So water would try to, we know that water finds its own level. Following the same theory, water would try to pass in from this compartment to this compartment. Alright, now this would be obviously passing through, owing to some pressure developed over here. Alright, now that pressure which pushes water from this compartment to that compartment owing to difference in quantity of water is called as osmotic pressure. Alright, and it would keep on pushing water over here till the quantity of water in both the compartments are same. Alright, so that is what is called as osmotic pressure. Let's conclude this session. Now what I would say is, first of all, we work out in AC. Now since we are working out in AC, the temperature is low. Now since temperature is low, so we don't sweat. Now if we don't sweat, our body misses detoxification owing to sweat. Now we are aware that in sweat 99% is water, but whatever that 1% is there, I already explained you in video what are those essential things that are eluted out on our body along with sweat. Along with it, also there are metabolites which are thrown out along with sweat, and there are lots of nitrogen compounds also which are eluted out. So basically what I intend to say is that there is detoxification occurring via sweat. So we miss that because sweating is pretty low when we are working out in AC. So the second aspect that we would observe is humidity. Humidity also is low in air-conditioned room. Now we all know that air conditioner throws out water, so that's yet another thing. So lack of humidity, owing to which skin gets dehydrated. Now since skin gets dehydrated, lack of humidity, so kidney has to work more to retain moisture in body. That's the thing. Then again, if the filter of air conditioner is not cleaned thoroughly well, then again there are chances of further infection spreading in the room. Then again there are many people working out in this air conditioned room. Now since many people working out, so many people respiring also, and not respiring really exhaustively. So air, we know oxygen, carbon dioxide, and along with it, it also has VOC, volatile organic compounds, which is different for different people. And if anybody has, say, caught cold or anything of that sort, so these viruses are also breathed out. So this is again being circulated via convection current in the entire premises. So this is yet another issue. These are some of the aspects which I thought of sharing with you. Now, so why not work out in nature rather than into this compact air conditioned room? Just it's a bit of temperature owing to which you are getting into it, but you are missing out over what nature is providing you. So be with nature even while you are working out. Life would be very healthy then, whereas it would be healthy today, but you are not guaranteeing it for tomorrow if you are in AC. So be with nature and be happy throughout your life and be healthy.